with the app, whatever, like focus on something I wanted to like auto track, it'll auto track it.
Well, that's
So
dope.
like it makes it look. So I have 4 cameras typically, and then like with that one, it makes it look like I have like 3 more cameras because I can like have 3 different stationary shots and have it freaking tracking.
Yeah.
So I can have like so my dad's camera guy. So my dad, he's on the main camera, and so it's just doing his thing. He goes where he needs to go. If he sees something, he'll film that, and then I can have that like on something else. So I have like 2 actual in motion cameras. It's
Yeah.
freaking so sick.
You use this camera at like Santa Maria?
Yeah, yeah. So these 2 cameras. So that the main shot there, that shot is in the infield.
Hmm.
I'm using that now for like B-roll. So I have like the main camera. That freaking high dollar one. It's like a Sony Z200 something whatever, and that's the main camera that does like all the stuff from up top. And then I have that PTZ that does the other one with it, and then that one does like more cool like cinematic shit.
Hmm.
But it's the auto focus on it because that's not like a super high dollar rig. It's could be better. So I'm just using it for like B-roll, like extra footage and shit to put in
Yeah.
later. So, but it's pretty cool. Takes good pictures and stuff. But yeah, I got so much in equipment now. It's unreal,
I mean,
unreal.
it's just like an investment. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, 'cause it all pays off. Like, it's the same with the RC stuff. Like, once you have it, you always have it.
dude, I know. So RC racing, I was so bummed when I got out of it, kind of, but not really, because it was so much time. And when I started announcing for Jimmy, I was like, that's all I had time for.
Yeah.
No time for anything else. Just well, not that there's no time. There's no time to do it good.
Hmm.
And I was like, I can't do not good.
Yeah.
So how did you get into RC racing? So I know you did a little bit at Jimmy's when you guys were super young, just screwing around a little bit. But now I follow you a little bit later, like last couple of years. I see you're like killing off road.
Yeah. So basically, it was during COVID when like everything got shut down and like Rain Man's was like the only thing open, right? So I started bringing my Slash out there, and I asked my dad to take me one night with all my buddies, and it was just like it was a Wednesday night, so it was a race night, but we only went for practice, so like literally enjoyed it like to the absolute max, and it started getting to the point where you know I started taking it a little more serious at the house because then we started playing around because I have a go kart track in my backyard, so we'd race the RC cars around in the backyard, and then I was just kind of like digging it, and it was like it was perfect timing because school was shut down and my mom didn't want us sitting at the house all the time. So with me going to the track and doing all that stuff, I just started like expanding, and I told my dad, I want a buggy now. Like this is like what we're gonna start doing, right? And so then we bought this big old stockpile from this dude, like a family friend of ours, and like I'm telling you, this dude had probably like 5 grand worth of RC stuff, and we got it for so cheap.
Yeah,
And
that's how it works.
and the only thing I was like hoping for was the buggy that he had. It was a full blown. It was like a B61 stand up transmission, like the oldest style you could get at the time. And I'm like, I don't care. This is what I wanted, right? And dude, that just like set the tone for everything. And then I was still racing big cars at the time, so it was like race big cars, then go race RC cars, like right. And then it started getting where I was getting way too competitive with the RC stuff, and then um, where I stopped for like a whole year and a half, I think, was when I got the opportunity to go run for Keith Coons, and so I completely stopped, and all my stuff sat at the house, right? Like it just basically sat there for shoot, I don't know, maybe 2 years before I touched it again,
So
and
you were still doing the model light stuff then, right? Or because you how did you get your start in the big car stuff too? Like I mean, I want to bounce all over the place, back and forth, because you got the crazy story from childhood and who your dad is and all that kind of stuff, and to getting into racing because you got into racing because of your uncle, right? That's how you got
yeah,
into it from
yeah,
Zach Forster.
yeah,
So fun fact: Zach Forster's been around in this stuff forever. Like he's a racers racer, like the guy,
literally,
and these wins and everything he gets in. He's all about it. His shop was when you guys were doing the Mod Light thing was insane.
hmm
Had because my good buddy Jeff Thompson,
yeah,
that's my boy. And you know, when he was doing that stuff with you guys, and I'd go in the shop and tinker on some stuff with him. I'm like, dude, you guys had like 8 cars in there at one time. It's like wild.
Yeah.
But so that's is that like the first thing you jumped in because you didn't do any mini dwarf stuff, right?
No, I did.
Oh, you did do some
That's
mini
how I
dwarf
got
stuff.
started
Okay.
because Kylie had a car,
Yep.
Zach's daughter, and then it started. It basically was a joke. It was the whole thing was to be a joke and have fun on Saturday nights, right? And so when Kylie got in a car, my dad was like, "Well, we'll get Cade a car, and then we'll get Jet a car," and then Zach was like, "We'll build Cole a car." So now we have 4 mini dwarfs working out of the same shop, and that was like the thing, you know what I mean? Until what? I mean, till the track changed, and then we started going in the mini mods, and
Yeah. So
yeah,
I think that was like maybe the last year of the. Nah, we had some QRC stuff there for a while, but it's just kind of the mini dwarf thing kind of went away.
yeah. So then they went away, right? Then we got a mini mod, and then that died after a year, and then it was like, oh, what are we gonna do for racing now? And then it was actually pretty funny. I don't know if my dad set it up or Joey asked my dad, but it was like one day he pulled me out of school, right? And he's like, "You want to go run an outlaw cart?" And I, previous to this, I was telling him like, "I want to get an outlaw cart. Like this is like the dream to
Uh huh.
do." Because Tanner Holmes was with his YouTube channel was like that was his whole thing. He wasn't
Yeah.
getting in the sprint cars yet. So then when Joey started doing the outlaw carts with Jet, he had a bunch of cars. He was building them all right, and he had like 2 cars set aside, and he gave my dad and Zach a call and was like, "You want to put the boys in the car and we'll go test Friday and then we'll race Saturday." And like that was like the thing. Like that was like what
Yeah.
set the tone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shoot, Friday was terrible. I can remember this vividly because like this is what like set the whole thing for me. And Friday was terrible, man. Like my mom's got videos of me because I just jumped straight into a 250.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I just jumped straight into it, right? You know what I mean? Like
None of the box stock, none of that other stuff.
nothing
Just
leading up to this. It was just straight into a 250. And I'm telling you, you can see me throwing wheelies. Like I couldn't get the throttle under control, and man, that was rough, rough,
well,
rough.
and I hear it too. So there's a kid that's over at Santa Maria, the 43 King, Landon King. He's 14, 15 years old, but
Yeah,
he's this is his second year in the sport mod, but he still says outlaw carts hardest thing ever.
yeah,
I
like
mean that's what I hear a lot, man. Those things are overpowered, twitchy, short wheelbase. Just is that
that. That's like literally like how you can describe it. Like those things are. I mean, I never went to a 500, so I don't know what a 500 felt
uh,
like. But the 250 was just hands down like more power than I've ever seen previous to that because obviously the mini mods didn't have a lot of power. The mini doors didn't have a lot of power, and I just jumped straight into an outlaw cart. So like that was the biggest stepping stone, right?
so where'd you go and where'd you practice at, or where'd you guys do your first race at?
It was Bakersfield Speedway.
Oh, okay,
So that
yeah,
was my first one. It was like when they first put the brand new walls up, and it was like starting to get the high banked, right?
yep.
And yeah, Friday was cool. And then my dad's like, "Well, I guess we'll send it Saturday, right?" And that's when I showed out. Like for whatever reason, I just like it
It
snapped.
clicked.
You know what I mean? It clicked, right?
Yeah.
And I think I won my heat race, and then I was leading the entire race, and then stinking Joey put power steering in Jet's car, and I'm over here just dying because I don't got power steering, right? And so yeah, Jet beat me my first ever outlaw car race. I took second, so
Hey,
hey, it was pretty cool. But me just being super weak and not knowing like how to handle the car, like I ran out of like
ran out of juice.
yeah, I just ran
Arm
out of
pump.
juice and I had a terrible arm pump and then yeah, that
So is it like typical karting? Because I know like on road karting, those guys say like you actually like push instead of like
mm,
trying to freaking manhandle that thing.
no, I
Or is
mean
it?
it kind of like like those I don't like those like flat carts that have like the stand up seats in them.
Yeah.
So that's basically like how it's felt sitting in one of those. It was a stand up ultra shield seat and you're sitting with your feet in front of you and your steering wheel like this and then your clutch obviously. And that was like a whole new thing for me, like just to sit like this and with your feet in front of you. And obviously, like I knew how to drive a go kart, but nothing like that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I think it was probably like 2 weeks after that, my first showing. I didn't run that Joey's car ever after that. And then I don't know. I think Joey cut my dad a really good deal on a cart, and my dad bought it. So then we started racing. Keep in mind, we didn't. I think he had a trailer at the time, but we didn't use it. So we
Uh-huh.
loaded up this outlaw cart in the back of my dad's truck and traveled everywhere with this thing. And then, so we didn't know. Like, obviously, I was just kind of, we didn't know what to do, right? So we were just kind of like,
Winging it.
just winging it, right? Like, obviously, my dad's a baseball guy, right? So he had no idea how to set up these race cars. And we didn't really know on how much setup actually goes into them. But we didn't know Riley Clem, right?
Oh yeah.
They're next door neighbors to us.
Oh shoot, yeah.
So we didn't know that, right? But then they approached my dad at a race one time. They're like, "Well, let's take Cade under the wing, and you can work out of the shop and like help you guys out, and we'll put in the trailer, and we'll travel with him, right?" Never got to win an outlaw cart. Never ever. I came after my second place. I don't think I ever got that close again.
Well, those kids are so competitive, man. Especially like you just start going up to Red Bluff and going up north, and
I never went to cycling or Red
no.
Bluff. It was I think it was just Hanford, Chowchilla, and Bakersfield.
Okay,
That was
yeah.
my 3 tracks, and I think I did like 20 shows, maybe.
Okay.
Tore up a lot of equipment.
So Chowchilla is that's under the barn
Yeah, yeah.
barn burner.
The barn burner.
So I raced that in 2000, probably like 2005 to 2008
Mhm.
on the quad.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, yeah.
That actually sounds pretty fun.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I same thing. Won a lot of stuff. Broke a lot of stuff. I'll get Dick Shepard. I'm gonna get Dick Shepard on on the show like hopefully sooner than later. I got a story with Dick Shepard. He's got a scar from here to here on his hand because of me. Well, helping me out up
Oh,
there, and
okay.
we'll get into that story when I get him on here. But yeah, the barn burner, dude, that place has got a special place in my heart for sure. But so just about 20 shows total.
Yeah,
It,
that was it for outlaw carts, and then my dad, um, I think because when Taylor Mayhew was starting to get into the micro scene,
yeah.
they just got out of the junior sprints, and then David bought 2 cars. He bought a winged outlaw car and then a restricted car, one for Taylor and then one for him to run. And then he realized on how much work the restrictor was, and then he was like, "Well, I'm not going to run the outlaw car anymore," so it was just going to sit in the shop. And then my dad started like talking to him about moving me up because we obviously wanted to progress, right? We wanted to do all the things. But like the reason why I wasn't racing as much at the time was because I was still playing baseball. Like
Mhm.
that was what the goal was like at the time, to play baseball professionally. But obviously you don't really know what you're capable of at 10, 12,
Right.
10, 11, 12. You're right. So and then he started talking to David, and then he got into all like the logistics about like what it's gonna take to get into the car. And obviously it took some money. You know what I mean? Like that's just how everything is.
Yeah.
So
Anything racing, I mean anything. You want to do something and you want to do it with some purpose,
yeah, yeah.
costs.
Yeah, so obviously I don't really know how much we spent on the micro stuff, um but yeah, we got into that. And I think yeah, it was like the same thing. Like first night was practice night and the second was race night. And
Plaza?
yeah, Plaza Park, and we just jumped straight into non-wing. That was it. We didn't. I think it was I think I raced outlaw cards from 12 to 13,
Hmm.
and then I raced the micros from 13 to no, I think I raced it, yeah, to 13, and then I almost to my birthday.
Ah.
And the first night was all right, like kind of getting the feel for it. Like I've never worked with a clutch before, of actually having to shift on my own, and that was like a whole new thing to me. And actually, like a bigger car, bigger wheelbase, and it helped too because like David obviously raced, and then Johnny White ran that car previous to me,
Yeah.
so he
Chainsaw.
yeah, 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 yeah. So he came out and helped me out with that night. And yeah, it was a solid first showing in the micro, and we were like, my dad was like, "Oh shoot, we actually might have something going here." No.
Same thing, just freaking.
Well, the first night was good. I don't know where I qualified, but I started on the front row of my heat race, won my first ever heat race. and I think I went from like I think I started like seventh. I think I finished like ninth or something like that my first night.
Respectable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. Like just trying to get a feel for it, and then we did probably like about the same 20 shows again, and then like this is like how my whole racing career like took off. Um, and like where my baseball career ended, like where racing took off and baseball ended, right? Um, like it started getting to the point where I didn't play baseball anymore, like throwing fits, because I didn't want to go to practice and
And for people that don't know, that might be watching this that don't know, like your dad is a baseball guy.
yeah.
Your dad is like one of the baseball guys out of Bakersfield.
Hmm.
So did you ever think like there was like a pressure? Did he ever like have pressure on you to play or
Oh yeah.
like to go down that route and be like, dude, we have this in our blood. We can do this. It's
It. I don't know if it really was the pressure to be like to his level,
mhm,
but I think it was to the point where everybody was like, "Oh, you have the
expecting
yeah,
that.
expecting me to be good,"
Yeah.
and you can't really base that off of like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you don't really know what you have in you until you start like I mean, until your balls drop. Basically, like that's the
Yeah.
truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, we ended up stopping baseball, and I got some stories about that. Like literally not being good enough. Like I went out for a team. Like this is a funny, really funny story. I went out for a baseball team, and I was not good enough to be on this team. Like this team was pretty legit, right?
Mm.
Go out for tryouts, and we're doing like back sprints, right? Like to from first base to second base. I fall on my butt twice. Like literally fall on my butt twice, right? And then we go to like ground balls, and I let the bunch through my legs, and we go to like hitting, and I'm swinging and missing it a lot. Like I wasn't that good, you know what I mean? And then they're like, "Congratulations, you made the team," and you're like, "What?"
You're like, how'd this work?
Yeah, so like, and then it and my dad will kind of say, "Yeah, like he knows it too." Like I wouldn't play at all. Like I would not. I'd ride the bench 24/7, and my dad would be in the dugout or in the bullpen helping with coaching. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I think I was just starting to realize where I was getting used, and I was like, "Yeah, this is not it for me." You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I told him, well, actually, he gave me the ultimatum. He was like, "You want to stop, or you want to like continue and race, or do you just want to go full time racing?" And I was like, "I just want to go race." Like that was like the passion. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's so cool though. That's so cool to be able to be able to get that like kind of realization and then just dad just supporting that. That's so huge.
Yeah,
Like so huge. Because I mean it's you know some people kind of have that like silver spoon kind of like mentality. Oh, this kid's a bit grown up with everything. It's like no man. I'm like you freaking you earned it. Just like but Billy was on here talking about how he was like spoon fed racing and racing was everything. It's like oh, he freaking had to work for everything. It's like the same shit. Like you could have rode that out that baseball thing
yeah,
for you know hand out over hand out over hand out, but it got you freaking nowhere.
yeah,
So like you wanting the grind of racing, like taking a totally different path, and but having the support from dad, dude, that's freaking so sick.
yeah.
So cool.
I know it hurt him. Like I know it definitely hurt him to like see his only son like not go play baseball and like follow in his footsteps. But like he knew where my heart was. Like, and he will even say that now. Like he's more proud of me because I found my own way. You know what I mean? Like instead of following in his footsteps and being like, yeah, this is like who my son was like meant to be. Like no, he will say like I found my own path.
Yeah, but well, and it's still like in your family. It's like you said, your Uncle Zach. I mean,
Yeah,
he's a you come by it honestly,
yeah,
definitely. I mean,
definitely.
it's in there. I mean, your dad raced. You guys big ass in one of those freaking
Hmm.
mini mods and went out there and messed around and stuff. So I mean, it's in there. It's like definitely a
Yeah.
part of your thing. But like I said, getting support from family, like that's everything.
Hmm.
And like being able to get you into different things. So that takes us into your mini sprint stuff. So where did you go after Plaza Park? So what was the next step after that?
Um, I ran like 20 shows. Like really did nothing, honestly. I tore up a lot of equipment, like I said. And
So it sounds like we're pretty good at tearing up shit.
yeah, I was really good at tearing some stuff up. Yeah. And then when the USAC guys came for their Western swing,
Mhm.
um I wanted a picture with Kyle Larson, and Zach was talking it up with Brenham Crouch's dad, and was like, "So how do we get into this?" Like as like that, and Brenham's dad was like, he's like, "Oh, you're joking, right? Whatever, blah blah blah." And Zach's like, "No, like we want to do this," and he's like, "Well, are you serious? Like you have the money to do this?" And Zach's like, "We have the money to do this. Like you don't have to question that, right?" And so Leighton and Zach grabbed my dad, and they walked over to Pete, and like basically he handles all the money over at KKM,
Uh-huh.
and was just like they started talking, and then my dad got his phone number, and basically was starting to set things up of like we're gonna go run Power Eye. Um, I think it was my 2022 season, no 2021 season,
Okay.
and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go run Power Eye." But we weren't gonna release like the news until after shootout, because I went to Tulsa shootout with the Mayhews.
Uh-huh.
So
And this is still the micro stuff.
yeah, we were still doing micro stuff full time, and but like Western Swing was in November when they came to Bakersfield. Like that's where we like got in contact. So we were done racing the micros until shootout, right? So that was in December, and then you lead into January, and then but like the only bad part about like Power Eye racing at the time was you had to be 14. I think it was 14
Yeah.
to run the series, right? So they brought me and Gavin Bochelle out to Oklahoma. Well, actually, I flew to Indiana first to get fitted for the car. I didn't have a seat yet because I don't know. I think I actually got a seat, but it wasn't done, so I had to borrow somebody's seat. That's not even relevant to the story, huh?
No, but I mean it's how I mean. So that's what you like today on your way in. Like you got to stop by the
Yeah,
sprint car shop to get your seat because you're midget racing this weekend. So like the seat is like a very personal thing. So like when somebody says like, "Well, I didn't have a seat," and somebody that may not know anything about racing or
yeah,
that kind of like doesn't know much about racing is like, "No, your seat is your home."
yeah.
Like,
I don't use my sprint car seat for the midget. I use a Ultra Shield.
okay,
So I have a Butler built for the sprint car, but no, no, me and Brody Graham are gonna go up to Ryan Bernal's shop
okay,
and get a seat pour. So I have a seat insert for my seat
yeah.
because I'm in need of one. Like,
So you're still growing.
yeah, not even that. Like, because like this leads into the fact. Like, I went to North Carolina, went to Butler built, got fitted for my seat because that was like the rule or whatever it was, and it wasn't like a rule, but KKM was like kind of like telling you like
We do this.
we you need a seat,
Hmm.
like we need you to be safe, right? So got fit for a seat, and like this was still during like the COVID time, so obviously they weren't producing seats as like fast, right? So like this is where my dad was kind of really upset about.
Hmm.
By the time I got fitted for the seat, I already grew, so the seat like did not fit me at all. So but
Uh-huh.
like I squeezed into this thing, and like we did a lot of things. We pushed the ribs out so I could fit into this thing, and then Sharp Advantage came and poured my seat insert for that seat, and that was like later on, but I keep going off the point.
No, you're good. This is perfect.
And but yeah, like the seat is your home, you know what I mean? Like you want to be as comfortable as you can. But I had to borrow a seat for my first time in a midget, so they brought me and Gavin Bochelle out to Port City Raceway, and
How old were you guys then?
I think yeah, I was 13.
13.
Yeah, 13. Because um like that was to the point where I started like I went down to Simpson and got my race suit like all fitted for me, and then like yeah, even if you scroll back down to my Instagram, you can see like the first ever post of like, oh, because it was still managed by my parents, like, oh, we would like give Cade a happy birthday on his 14th birthday, and it was like that was like the day I started racing, you know what I mean? And because like KKM wanted you to start posting on them,
Uh-huh.
and so yeah, I went and tested with Gavin, and then that was in Oklahoma, and then we went to Wichita Falls in Texas. So that I don't know how long that drive was, but my dad got a we got a new truck, got a new trailer, and we pulled our fifth wheel all across the United States for a whole year.
So So that was with the Power Eye doing the KKM thing. So the
Yeah.
KKM thing when you're doing the Power Eye. So is it just you have the Coons car with Coons parts and everything in your own setup, and you're going and you just have support from them? Is that how it works, or is it?
No. Like
So
it
you
it
pulling the fifth wheel, you're just living in the fifth
yeah,
wheel
that
truck.
was our home.
Okay, so it's still the same setup as USAC. They have everything housed in
Yeah.
there. They
Like
they pull up to the track in
yeah,
the
like
haulers,
yeah,
rolling
but
out 6 cars.
well, at the time it was like 8 cars for us.
Yeah.
Cuz that was when they had like Kaylee and Brian and all those like really fast guys. So it was a lot of guys. And that was when Buddy wasn't in a sprint car yet, so he was just doing all midget stuff. And yeah, I think they rolled out like 8 cars to Wichita Falls, and um I got to practice when like on the 17th, so my birthday's March 18th. We got to practice on March 17th, and then race day was March 18th, which cleared me for Power Eye. And my dad was basically telling me, "Yeah, we're not gonna run a full season. Like we're just gonna do like whatever we want, right?" Turns out we ran a full season without even him telling me, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So then Wichita Falls came. We practiced. I looked good. Like getting acquainted to the speed because Wichita Falls was fast. Like I mean, probably like 105. Like that, it was a really fast track.
Is that like small half mile or
I don't know. It was probably like closer to a 3/8, but it was just flat.
ah?
So you're just carrying so much speed, right? Like it's just hammered down most of the time. And yeah, practice day went good, and then the race day kind of just crap the bed all night. You know what I mean? And like this is like which gets really funny. Like yeah, you go out for your first show in a midget, and you're like, okay, we're just gonna make laps. We're gonna finish, right? No, I decided to flip.
Oh no, you flipped your first race out.
Yeah, I flipped my first race in a midget, and I destroyed it. Like
Oh
I
no.
destroyed this car, and because like somebody was flipping in front of me, and we're all running the top. I was thinking I was badass, you know what I mean? Like hanging with the big guys and like 15th place and running the top, and then he flips in front of me, and I slam on the brakes. And if anybody's ever driven a sprint car or midget, you know if you slam on the brakes, it is gonna slide.
Yeah.
And yeah, I slid right into the wall, and I think I turned over like probably 8 times.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a gnarly wreck for my first one, and yeah, that
Was
was
that the first time you've ever been upside down?
second time.
Second time.
Yeah, but the first time was no, wait, no. No, I turned over twice in a micro.
Okay.
But one time, but both of them were like, oh, I laid on my side.
Real Tommy tip overs.
Some hard impact, but you just laid on your side, right? So like this was my first time like actually going over, and dude, that one rocked me. Like I'm telling you, that one beat the crap out of me. And I think it was a 2-day show, and then we went like it was just a lot of racing. I can tell you my first year. And then like yeah, they repaired the car, and yeah, this thing was pretty bent. Like they were just like, yeah, we're just gonna put a rear axle in a front axle, and we're just gonna send you out there, right? And didn't expect me to do as well as I did my second time back out,
Uh-huh.
because like the second time it took rubber, and for me, I've never ran rubber raced like a rubber down track, so that was like all new to me. And like before you knew it, in the main event, like, oh, where's Cade running? Second. Like yeah, like everybody was like, oh
Wow.
yeah, it was running second to Cannon McIntosh, and then I don't know. All these guys just knew how to run rubber, and me not knowing how to conserve tires and all these kind of things. You know what I mean? So, but I think my second showing, I finished like eighth.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So out of like a 30 car field or whatever it was, and, like, but I was like second with like 3 laps to go, and but this is what it comes back to. Didn't know how to conserve tires or anything like that, and I just ran the exact same way, like off of like really like cold tires. Ran off into the corner
Pushed up.
straight, and it pushed up, right? And then everybody dives underneath me, and then you're like, oh, you're trying to get in the line, and everybody's on faster tires because they've got new ones or whatever, right? So yeah, I fell back to like ninth, and yeah,
But finished.
but I finished, so that was cool.
Yeah. Like it's so crazy, dude. Like it's having early success that quick in everything you do and like everything you've done so far. It's wild. Like it's I knew you would do well in sprint car. Like when I heard you were getting in sprint car, I was like, oh yeah, Cade's got it. He's run midgets. He's going to be
Yeah,
fine. When I say like be fine, like in my mind, like no, he'll be able to do it,
yeah,
but not like what the hell. Second time out, freaking quick time.
yeah. That was
That's insane. And like you got Archie Johnson, you got Caleb Montgomery, you got heavy hitters out there. Not it's a USAC show.
yeah,
It's CRA show. It wasn't. I mean, not that USCS is anything less than because you have heavy hit. I mean, Caleb runs that series
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
That's still a good series, but it's USAC. You're like these the big boys.
Yeah, but I think what something my dad installed in my mind, like from an early age, because like he can even tell you, like we go to these tracks, and you're like, holy crap, like this guy's here, like oh I'm racing against Buddy and Cannon, like all the guys you kind of like look up to when you're racing, and you're like, oh they're in a midget tonight, and my dad's like, so what? Like you're the best out there. Every single time you hit the track, you're the best out there. And sometimes you're not obviously the best, but you have to have the mentality as you are the best.
Yeah.
And I think that got installed in my mind pretty early on because I was starting to get in like, oh, look at all these fast guys, and you know what I mean? And my dad's like, you can't focus on stuff like that. So with me starting to learn, like, okay, like I'm actually like to the point where I'm like I'm my own person. I need to stop worrying about everybody else, and then you start racing better. You know what I mean? Because you're not like, I mean,
You're not sweating them.
yeah. So you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I don't think I've wrecked any fast guys, but like you definitely don't think you're racing them as hard as you really are until you watch like a video back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And yeah, I don't know. Power Eye was terrible for me.
So I mean, how many? So you ran about a full season of Power Eye. How
Yeah,
many
I
races
think it
is
was like
that?
32.
32 races.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a ton. That's a full season
I didn't get
on the
my
West
first.
Coast.
I didn't get my first heat race win until my last race of the year.
No kidding.
Yep, I was just that bad.
Well, I mean, it's really not. You can't say that bad because I mean, just the competition's that crazy.
Yeah, no, it was pretty stacked at the time because like that was before like even Brent Cruz is now running, um, like Xfinity and stuff like that. But that was
Yeah.
when he was running full midgets. Jade was just getting into midgets. Like you're having a lot of like development guys getting into this stuff. So it was like was I think a lot harder when I started compared to how some guys are starting now.
Yeah.
So like yeah, the racing against those fast guys was really hard. And like I don't know, got some B main wins. That was like cool, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's yeah. I mean, just and Power Eye you'd get 30, 35 cars every night, right?
Yeah,
So.
I was in a lot of B mains. I can tell you that.
So was it? What do you think the hardest part was qualifying? Because you
Uh,
got to. I mean, that's the number one thing, right? With midget racing.
Power Eye Racing doesn't do qualifying.
Oh, they don't qualify.
No, they do off heat race points. So like how many
Ah,
passing points you get.
okay.
So it's like
So it's a pill draw and
pill
then
draw and you go race. You know what I mean?
passing points. Okay.
Yeah, but going back to the point, I tore up a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I just knew how to wreck a race car. Like
Well,
that
that's.
doesn't sound great, but I just knew how to do it for whatever reason.
But that's kind of the thing. Like if if you're racing, you're racing hard. That means you're laying it out there. You're not scared. You're not scared to wreck it.
Yeah,
So I mean, there comes a point in time where you do got to figure it out, or
yeah,
we got to figure something out
yeah,
because just gets expensive quick.
yeah.
So like with the Coons ride, I mean you know.
Yakun's like
So is it kind of you pay X amount to get in the car
uh
to race?
so it's
You don't have to get in
yeah,
the
I'm
specifics.
not gonna drop like
Yeah, you don't got to
numbers or
get
anything, but
specific in
you
numbers.
pay a flat fee every race, and that covers everything for the night.
So no matter what you
Yeah, so I
wreck,
could
break, total.
yeah, so if I could go out there and destroy a brand new race car, full carbon fiber panels, like $50,000 race car, and it's covered in one charge, like that's it. So like you didn't really have the worry. You're like, oh gosh, I just like cost my family a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, but no, it's just a flat rate.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm sure sooner or later they'll be like, okay, buddy, hey, we're tearing up a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, so that did come my second year
Uh huh.
of racing for him because I ran 1 year with Power Eye and we were gonna do a 2 year deal.
Uh huh.
That's what the deal was. So we did a 2 year deal, and then after that was like, okay, if you got talent, we'll keep you. If you don't, you're gone, right? And yeah, so I ran 2 years with them. I ran a lot of USAC stuff, a little bit of Power Eye, and I think like when I went back for the USAC stuff, I we ran first race was Indiana Midget Week first race. and we did terrible. I didn't tear up anything. I don't think I tore up anything. I finished like I won a heat race with Power Eye, and then I end up like my best finish of that week was like 7th. So that was cool. But then my dad was like, okay, if we didn't do good with Power Eye, like with the USAC stuff during the midget week, we were gonna go run Power Eye Speed
Uh
Week. Yeah, I think in 5 races we tore up 8 front ends.
huh. Ooh.
Yeah, and then like one car. I think one car and 8 front ends. Yeah, I tore up a lot of stuff.
That's insane, dude. 'Cause, I mean, even a midget front axle, that's got to be at least $1,500 at least.
Yeah, I don't really know. They built them at the shop.
Yeah. So I mean, of course, house built stuff. But if somebody was gonna pull off a off the shelf from Spike
Yeah, I don't.
front end, I mean, it's got to be at least. I mean, that's just the tubes. I'm just talking the
Well, like
axle.
it wasn't even like I would bend like a spindle or anything. It'd just be like I bent the axle. So like the last night, this sounds really funny. They were having to build them in the hauler because I was tearing up so much stuff.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if it was just me, but like obviously a lot of people tore up a lot of stuff. You know what
Well,
I mean?
yeah. I mean, and that's the thing with midget racing. Everything's so tight. It's not like you're out there just being reckless.
Yeah,
It's just it's everything's so tight. Stuff happens so fast. It's just midget racing is the most intense, like battling
yeah.
on the track. I mean, sprint car racing is cool. Like modified racing, all stock car stuff. That's. I mean, yeah, you're slicing dice, your sliders, and this and that, but nothing like midget racing.
But it was like super cool too. Like when I went back and ran my second season with them, um, it was still my same crew chief from my first year. So it was Jared Martin. He was crew chief for Buddy and me, and then Brenham Crouch. And then when we went to the Power Eye stuff, my second year, it was just me and Jarrett. So like we got a lot of one-on-one time, and we got to like really discover each other and like learn each other like on a one-to-one basis and like actually talk about things. And so that was like super cool. And I started having like really good showings. Like I think it was like 2 weeks. No, like 2 days before the speed week ended in Power Eye.
Huh.
I started second in the main, blew a tire, earning second because it took rubber at Macon. But like I was running second for like majority of the race, so that was like proving like we actually have speed. And yeah, so like it started like setting the tone, and then we went back to USAC, ran a lot of USAC, won a lot of heat races. Like that was like it was starting to get to that point, and then we were like, okay, well, now we got to figure out something else. If we want to continue midget racing, we got to figure out something else because like the USAC stuff's obviously not working, and we're not seeing results on the national stuff. And then we were already in contact with Dean Alexander Kiwi,
Mhm.
um, previous to me running my second season, and he didn't want to put me in his race car, like he refused to do it because he didn't trust me yet.
Yeah, he's like, this kid is smoking axles every time he gets in a car. It's like,
Yeah,
I mean, from a car owner aspect, I could see where somebody might be a little hesitant.
yeah. So I was like, I think I don't know. Obviously, I don't blame him. Like I was
Yeah.
tearing up a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And but like I don't know. When we contacted him, I think I destroyed a total of like 7 cars, dude. Like it was bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like even when you they're like, oh, we're getting to a point where like, okay, we need to stop tearing up so much stuff. Like this is where like my dad kind of like started like getting involved in the racing and stuff
Uh-huh.
because like he was the money man for me, and like he handled everything right. And we ran Husits, and we flipped on the first night. So we flipped on the first night, and the rule is if you tear up a car, they'll pull out a backup car for you every single time. Tore up the car, they put me back on the track, and then something went wrong in the steering, and then I smacked the wall and I bent the chassis. So then that was like, okay, I need a backup car, right? They refused to pull my car down because they were like, we're going on a swing, and they're like, yeah, we can't pull the backup car for you. And my dad was like, this is bull crap. Like, what are you talking about? You can't pull the backup car for him. And yeah, that was like to the point where I was tearing up a lot of stuff, so they kind of cut me off, and then they apologized and did all the things. So then and then yeah, like I don't know, man. I could talk for 24 hours on like what a USAC season was like from with me, like battling through sickness and then racing with the sickness. You know what I mean? Like after Houston's, I got heat exhaustion because I didn't hydrate enough. Like it was so dumb. Like it was like 60-degree weather, like 70-degree weather, Friday and no Thursday and Friday, and then it comes to Saturday of the 100 lapper and weather's like 95. You know what I mean? And you're like, well, crap. Well, I didn't really have to hydrate that much
Yeah.
on the first 2 nights, and then go out for the 100 lapper. I don't know. I took like 15th, but that's like besides the point. And then after the race, we go back to the hotel, and I'm like, I felt terrible. You know what I mean? Like, just stomach was hurting, and I don't know if anybody's had it, but heat exhaustion sucks.
Oh yeah.
It sucks. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I've high school football heat like borderline heat stroked.
Yes.
So yeah, no, it's a real thing, dude. Like, and what really gets you though is those heat swings, because
Yeah.
like it takes. I shouldn't know. I mean, I should know all this. Trust me, I should know all this with my career. But takes 6 days, 6 to 8 days to acclimate yourself from a 15-degree swing. So if you're normally 85 degrees, once you hit that 100-degree mark, like we got right now, 7 days straight of 104, it takes 6 to 8 days to acclimate to that. So if you have 70 degrees and then you're racing at 95 the next day, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
oh, I'm solid. But no, yeah,
Yeah. So like we went back to the hotel after the races, and my dad got me like food and stuff, and I did not eat it. Like I was like just could not eat it. And then like they went to bed. It was my dad and my uncle Brian. They were in the hotel room with us, and then they went to bed, and then I don't know. It was probably like 2 a.m. in the morning. And keep in mind, we had like 1 day of rest of like still in South Dakota, and then we were flying straight to Oklahoma. So like I'm still sick, right? You know what I mean? And then I think it was like 2 a.m. Wake up, puke my guts out. Like I'm just throwing up everywhere, right? And then my dad wakes up and he's like, "You good?" And I'm like, "No, like obviously not." So then yeah, like that was just so many times like that, and then not really like me getting sick, but um and then we went and we obviously had to fly, went with me all sick and stuff like that. So that was terrible. And then there was another time where I was super sick at BC 39. Like I don't know what it was, but had body chills and like I just wanted to be inside in a blanket and just like cuddled
done.
up,
Yeah,
right? You know what I mean?
and those are like the races of the year, though. So you're like, God, I gotta.
Yeah, like that was the race of the
Yeah.
year, right? Like I was like looking forward to that one. And then there's a picture that I have in my phone of like you can see it in my face. I'm all pale and I'm sitting in the race car. I'm like all dead, you know what I mean? But like that was like the best part because I was so warm in the race car. So I was like, it was like good for me. As soon as I got out of the race car, I started feeling sick again. You know what I mean?
Uh,
So like, but those are like the good times, like that that will stick with you forever. Because it's like, oh, how was your BC 39? I don't know. I was really sick. You know what I
you're
mean?
like, no, I'm serious, like, real sick.
Yeah, I didn't like, but then but it was still the point where my dad's like, "You good?" And I'm like, yeah." And, like you have to put like a good face on because you don't want him to know you're sick.
Yeah,
And but yeah, those were like the good times. And then we were in contact with Kiwi, and he was watching me race. And then he gave me a call right before the Western Swing, and he
hmm
was like, "Hey, come run my spare car at Kern." And previous to this, I never had a midget win, like never. And I think it was like my fifth start on the Western States because I did a little bit for JFM and just never showed out good. I ended up flipping on the Western States. Like I just, dude, I'm telling you, I just knew how to tear up stuff, right? And then Kiwi was like, "Hey, come run my spare car," because Ben Worth was still running full time with him. So he's like, "Come run my spare car." First time out in his race car, I won. Like that was it. Like I just ended up winning, right?
that's wild. Where at?
Kern,
At Kern?
yeah. So like that was cool, and this is so funny. My dad wasn't there, so he didn't get to experience the first win with me. He was pretty butthurt
Wait,
about
so
that.
did I announce that?
Oh, I don't. No,
No, no, no,
no, he
no.
didn't know.
No, because that was still at the time Bakersfield was going.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So I ended up winning with Kiwi, and then that solidified my 2023 season with him. And we were gonna go run full Western States with him. And but what was the ultimate decision? and I'm gonna drop names because I still am mad about this situation.
Oh, I'm ready. Clip it. Get it ready, boys. We're about ready to clip something here.
Uh, we go to Bakersfield Speedway,
Yep.
and this is my home track, right? So everybody's like coming out to see me after what I just did on for 2 years with Keith, and like I'm 15, so I can run Bakersfield Speedway with the USAC guys. And I think I qualified probably like 12th or something like that, so it set me up pretty further back in the heat race, and we
Mhm.
were battling in the heat race for I think it was like maybe like third lap in, and it was like all of the teammates, right? Gavin Miller, me, Taylor Reimer, and Kaylee Bryson, and all these people, right? And we're battling, and I throw a slider on Gavin going into 3 and 4. We bang wheels, but me and Gavin are running pretty identical cars. I have red stickers, he has white stickers. We go into 1 and 2, and Taylor Reimer throws a bomb on me, and her front wheels come up in the air and sends me upside down, and my home track destroys my race car. And then that was like the turning point. We're like, why is a teammate wrecking another teammate? You know what I mean? Like that, we get it racing hard, but when you deliberately go into the infield and you see your front tires come off the ground and still hit me, like that's, come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I voiced my displeasure. 15-year-old me voiced my displeasure. Let me tell you. And I, like, obviously my dad was mad, and everybody was saying stuff, and I walked straight over to her, and I'm like, so you gotta explain, like, what were you thinking, right? And she comes back and she goes, well, I thought you were Gavin Miller. So in my mind, I'm like, so you're wrecking a teammate no matter what. Like that's what
Yeah.
I was saying. Like you're wrecking a teammate no matter what. And she had no words, and like she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, blah blah blah." Well, sorry ain't gonna fix the race car, and sorry ain't gonna put me back out on the racetrack where I could have made the A main at my home track, right? So then I go into the B main in a spare car, don't feel comfortable in it. The team was rushed. Then I got a provisional, whatever. My night was ruined after that. Like pretty sure a concussion, like I was pretty banged
Yeah.
up. Like it was a
Yeah.
pretty wild ride. The frame was all twisted over, and like that was like the turning point where like, why is teammates wrecking teammates? You know what I mean? Like that should not happen.
Yeah.
And like if and obviously like if you're racing teammates, I get it, you're racing each other hard, but you should not be wrecking them. Like, and anybody can say it, like your teammates in the pits, you're not teammates on the track. Well, you know what each other's cars looks like. You know when to pull a move on somebody. You know when not to. You know what I mean? So it comes to that naive racing, and obviously I went through it, but like I'll still have my moments like anybody else, but I know when to throw things and like when not to. And that was one of those things where you shouldn't have thrown that.
Yeah.
No matter what you think, like I don't care, it was a fast racetrack, but like you were probably gonna get another opportunity to pass me in the next corner. Not in that moment though. And I go flipping right. Yeah, but that was just terrible. And then I ended up running Chili Bowl. Yeah, like I don't know, my whole 2022 season was just ruined. You know what I mean? Then even Chili Bowl was ruined for me. You know what I mean? Because 2023 Chili Bowl, anybody that knows about it, Ashton Torgerson fell out of his race car at that event on Wednesday night. Whose prelim night was that? Mine. And like I won the B main, like we're going great, right? And I'm on 1 and 2, and I go into the corner, and here it comes, and they're like red, 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 red. And at Chili Bowl, everybody knows if they're calling red, something really happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't
Something.
go red if a
Yeah.
car flips because it's so hard to push everybody out. So they're screaming red on the receiver, and I come out of 1 and 2, and I come around the corner, and all I see is a body laying on the track and a race car in front of him, and I'm like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like you're kind of like, what the heck is happening? And for me, I thought he was dead because his helmet was twisted, so and his body was like laying in a weird
Oh my
position.
gosh. I didn't even put it together that you were
Yeah,
right there.
I was literally racing that event, and like you can see me roll up on it, and like his body's all twisted and mangled, and like that was just terrible. You know what I mean? Like that kind of like set my chili bowl like, oh, well, this is terrible. You know what I mean? And when you're in the race car and you're still strapped in, and you're just going along with the crowd, right? So when everybody's like, the all everybody's like, oh, he's thumbs up, right? And the crowd goes crazy. So you think you're going crazy, right? And you're like, oh, great, he's okay. And then they're like, all the drivers get out of the racetrack, get out of their car, and we're gonna have a meeting in 2. And we're like, what? Like, whatever. What did we get out of the car? And they said, we don't know his condition. Do you guys want to continue or do you not want to race? And then when he said that, because I used to race with Ashton, and I'm like, when he said that, like, you could see Cody Swanson start crying. A lot of people started crying because like we don't know what the condition
Yeah,
is. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And like then I started crying because obviously it was a traumatic experience for me. And then so they opened the red because you have to have somebody supervise you getting in your car with belts and stuff like that. And so they open the red. My crew chief comes out, and the first thing I ask for, I'm like, "Where's my dad? Like, I want my dad." You know what I
yeah.
mean? And I don't. My dad's never been through experience like that either, so he doesn't really know how to cope with it either. And like, I'm just bawling my eyes out, and my dad like takes me off the track and he sits me down and he's like, "Well, you got to get back in the race car because if you don't, then you never will." You know what I mean? Like then you'll have that fear in your mind of never getting back in the race car because you're too afraid for the moment. And so my dad convinced me. We prayed with the chaplain at the track, and then we got back in the race car. And at the time, I was the youngest guy in that for Wednesday night. I was the youngest guy, and I was the only guy not in his race car. Everybody else was in their race car, and I'm the only one not in the race car. So everybody's waiting on me, right?
Uh-huh.
They pushed my car to the infield. Like this is how ready they were to go racing. I'm the only one walking back to my race car, and my car's in the infield, and the trucks are
Everyone's
behind.
pushing off.
Everybody's like they're waiting to get pushed off, and then they had to wait for me to get my belts on, and then I just ran around like I didn't compete after that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Until like Saturday came because he came back to the track like Friday or whatever it was, and so then I was like, okay, like kind of got my mind reset, and um, but yeah, like my dad basically saved my racing career. Like legit saved my racing career because he told me he's like, if you don't get back in the race car, you never will.
Yeah.
And that wasn't his decision. That he's like, that would just be your mind telling you can't. And yeah, he legit 100% saved my racing career. Like, because if it wasn't for him, I would not probably be racing right now.
That's wild, dude. I mean, because he's probably 100% right too. I mean, they always, the saying, fall off a horse, get right back on it, and do the whole thing. But will you get back on it if you just?
Yeah,
You never know. You never
yeah,
know.
that guy was like the whole thing. Like, if you don't get back in, you never will, and that's just gonna be your mind. You know what I mean? And like even the same thing happened to my uncle. He ended up flipping the late model, and then somebody pulled out their backup car, and he goes, "Just run the car, just like make a few laps, like get your mind reset." And like that is like the biggest thing that I like push for like now. Like if you see a big wreck, like you're just like you got to get back in. You know what I mean? Like even if you're done for the night, you have to get back in for the next night,
Yeah.
no matter what, because you're always gonna have that doubt in your mind. You know what I mean?
So did you? So did you? I mean, you obviously a little flustered for that main or for that race. So
Yeah,
so if Saturday comes, you get back in, you reset, you're ready to rock, you're
yeah.
good to go.
I ended up taking I took second in the D main, and then I think I finished like 12th in the C main. But my only goal for the entire Chili Bowl was to make it past opening ceremonies in my race suit, and not like oh you put your race suit on for opening ceremonies. Like I have a purpose to have my suit on for opening ceremonies.
You're racing that day.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's what my goal was,
Yeah.
and I achieved that. And then they reworked the track, and then you're kind of like, yeah, I kind of ran around the back because they reworked the track. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go anywhere on that type,
Yeah.
like it's small of a racetrack when it's hammered down.
So the only time you've ran Tulsa Expo is in the midget.
No, I ran it once in
Oh,
a
that's right. You
micro.
made the trip
One,
with Mayhew.
yeah, I only ran it once in a micro, and then once in a midget.
Okay.
But I've been 3 times because last year this year I went to shootout with the Grams
Okay.
and
Yeah.
helped them out.
Yeah.
So I've been 3 times, raced twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that kind of set the tone for the 2023 season. And then I got into Kiwi's car, and we got one win and took second in points. And then like that year just really didn't show anything. Like it was just kind of like Brody Fusion was just faster than us all year long. Like
Yeah. Brody's he's been a stud, dude. He's another. There's so much young talent that comes out of Bakersfield. It's crazy, dude. I
yeah,
mean, you think about it. I mean, Ethan, he's come out of here. I'm killing in the
and the late models.
late models now, but he was a modified like phenom. Cody Laney, freaking amazing. You know, if Brad would have taken probably some more opportunities to go race back east. Brad Pounds, he could have been one of those guys too. Ricky Thornton, I know he's like a Arizona guy, but he would come here quite a bit and
Yeah,
kill it. I think I really think Jet is going to be someone to deal with for sure.
if he sticks with it. Like yeah, it's like anybody, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like if you got to stick with it, you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Because I mean, he's a well versed kid too. I mean, he's freaking wrestling, doing all
Yeah,
that stuff. He's got a lot of stuff going on. But the kid's freaking, he's a no doubter.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
definitely a no doubter. But like he was a no doubter too. Like same thing, came from racing family. Rusty Carlisle. That's
yeah.
family. That's
And Rusty's a stinking stud. Like I got to work with him twice this year. I didn't get to race for him
uh
because I was helping with Brody, and he just knows so much. Like you just like when you walk over there, like you know you're walking in of like he knows what to do. He's been doing it for
yep.
who knows how long,
Yeah,
and he just knows what he's doing, right? So you're just kind of like
absorb.
you're trying to take it all in of like
Yeah,
knowing what this dude's talking about because you know what he's talking about.
yeah,
Like every single time his cars hit the track, you know they have a chance of winning. It's just if the driver is gonna win it. You know what
yep,
I mean? Like his car is gonna win if the driver's there.
yeah.
And so yeah, I got to work with him a few times, like just be around him, and that was super, super cool. And like, yeah, but Brody was just better than us all of 2023 season. And then Kiwi goes, well, let's run one more season. Like I want my championship. He never won a championship in the States. Um, or I think it might have been his first one. I kind of a blur a little bit. And then yeah, we ran the 2024 season. I led points from start to start, like start to finish, and I won 2 races and destroyed one car due to somebody not knowing how to drive.
Sorry, Kiwi.
Yeah, like that sucked.
Because I mean, Kiwis. I mean, it's smaller operation, right?
Oh, I don't know if you want to say small operation, but smaller compared like his stuff can compete on the national level
Yeah. No, no, for sure,
any
for
night of the
sure.
year. And but like now he's still got a big hauler, he's still got a big toter, but he's a 1 car operation. Before he was a 2 car operation.
Okay, yeah.
So he definitely it stepped back, but it's still a national level team.
It's all the right stuff.
Yeah, it's the right stuff every single time you hit the
Yeah.
racetrack, you know what I mean? So yeah, then we end up winning the championship with him, became the first ever no, the youngest driver to ever win a USAC title. I don't think it was the national level, but the Western states. I was the youngest guy on the
Hmm.
Western states to win a title. And that was super cool. Got to go to the banquet. And then we ran the Western states, no, the Western swing. It was like the 2 races. I ran Bakersfield and Ventura. And then I chalked my hands and I was like, that's it. Like that was done. Like that's what the whole deal was. Like I win a championship, end out on top, and that was it. And then
Dude, because I've always wondered because when I saw you like doing the RC stuff and like doing all that, and I saw your mom because I do the basketball announcing.
yeah,
I saw
yeah,
your mom over there a couple times, and I was like, how's Cade? What's he doing? Like, what's going on? He's like, oh no, he's at school doing this. And I was like, dude, I thought like, 'cause
yeah,
I knew you won the championship and did all that, and I was like, I thought he was gonna like pursue this further. I was like,
yeah.
I didn't know you were. I mean, done.
Like I definitely wanted to, but the opportunities just weren't there.
Yeah.
Like for somebody to be like, "Hey, come drive my race car," and then Kiwi goes after the swing. He sold all of his equipment, so it was like, okay, I lost my ride there, and now it's like, okay, well, now I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? So then I was just basically, I just like wiped my hands and I was done. I made a post and I said, I gotta pursue school as long as I can, and then because obviously education's gonna get you further. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's one thing about you that's it's so cool, especially like you and I say about Jimmy's boys and everything. You guys have good heads on your shoulders. You guys are good kids. Like
Yeah,
you're smart, like good kids. I mean, Jack Scott and Josh, they both have good grades. They're doing well outside of sports extracurriculars. But like having the mindset that you have, you know, education, furthering that's so instrumental in going forward in like life.
yeah, like that. And my mom is always like, cause she went to college to be a teacher, but she didn't. So, um, I don't know. Don't quote me on that, mom. Um, but yeah, so like her whole thing was like you can't make a living out of racing, and a lot of guys do it, but it's like you're that top 5%. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
in the
Yeah,
top 5% of everyone that races, there's yeah, there's on the national level, there's 30 guys, maybe 25 guys that are race, and
but
the
are
top five,
paid. But are paid.
that
They're
top
yeah,
five of that get paid,
yeah,
and there's thousands of racers
yeah,
in that same class, thousands of racers total. So you're talking 15 guys out of 10,000
yeah.
people.
So it's not a lot of guys get paid anymore,
Yeah.
and like that's what's definitely changed about racing. But you just kind of have to go with it because like everything's more expensive, nowadays. So but yeah, my mom was just like basically said you're not gonna make a living out of racing, and like you can't like I just kind of believed her. You know what I mean? Like that was just. I mean, obviously, I don't think it's true now, but yeah, like I definitely took my mom's advice, and then obviously it was go to college for 4 years or go to a trade school. So then I chose trade school, and yep, it's right here, the Fab School. I went there for fabrication for 6 months, and during that time, some of my RC stuff started picking up. I was actually doing it in 2024 when I was racing for Kiwi,
uh
but it didn't like I wasn't starting to travel and do all the things.
So just a little club racing here and there
Yeah, like
at
just here.
Randy's and
Yeah,
yeah.
and like I just wasn't doing it like full time, and then I went to school, and then I'm like, well, now I have nothing to do. You know what I mean? So then I started expanding, and then I got new cars, and then everything just took off. You know what I mean? And then I got sponsors. Like I got picked up by Trackstar, had a chassis sponsor, and then electronic sponsor came along, and then a tire sponsor came along, and then like okay, we are like okay, now we're kind of like doing this full time now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this was the operation, and I did that for honestly all the way till I don't know earlier this year, and then
Until like 3 weeks ago.
yeah, literally like 5 6 weeks ago. And but I started at the end, like it started getting so annoying for me.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, I'm over this, like I'm not having fun anymore. And then I bought an 8 scale.
Oh my God, yes.
And then I got a nitro car, and then that was starting to have fun again. And then but I was still doing the 10 scale stuff because that's what I was committed for with sponsors. And then but yeah, then I don't know. My dad definitely did the talking for me with Kiwi because Kiwi got a car again during 2025, but
Hmm.
was trying to get me in it, but never did. And then my dad did the talking, got me back in about 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, or something like that. And but then this is where it comes into how Jason found out that I was starting to race again. Like I brought my stuff, my race stuff, down to my house in Ontario, and then I was like, okay, now I'm like, now I got to get everything ready, right? So I put my helmet up on my countertop. I'm like, I took a picture of it, no context. I just put a sound over it, and I just tagged USAC Racing, right?
Uh,
And then he texted me, he DM'd me on Facebook.
Jason.
Yeah, Jason May DM'd me on Facebook, and he goes, well, you're back in the car? And I'm like, yep. Like, I'm going to run this Friday, and then we're going to see how Friday goes, and then we'll go run Saturday, right? And then he goes, all right, well, if you come down Saturday, you have to come see me. I'm like, okay. Well, I don't know what this is
And
going
this is
to.
at Kern?
No, this was at Ventura.
Ventura.
But
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
like, I don't really know because I've never been approached by a car owner before of like,
How this works.
yeah, how this works. I'm like, all
Yeah,
right, he just wants to talk. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that's kind of how I thought about it. You know what I mean? And he left it like that. He didn't say anything else. He's like, if you make it down to Ventura,
Classic Jason.
just come see me. So then you're like, oh, well, I don't know what he wants, and then now that's in the back of my mind. But then, dude, believe it or not, I was showed out. I'm lying. I didn't really show out, but I did good my first time back in a midget.
Uh-huh.
That's 2024. I think I qualified third. I won my heat race, and then I took fifth. But I was so gassed. I was just so out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you're not in race shape anymore.
yeah, I wasn't. And was so gassed. And then Kiwi talked to my dad because he came to that race, and my dad's like, well, let's go run Ventura, right? But he didn't go, so it was me and my uncle went down there, and so we ran Ventura. And before the night starts, I go see Jason, and then he goes, "Well, since Ricky's gonna go be running in Indiana, like, how would you feel about running this car?" And I'm like, "Well, let's do it." Like, and then I was like, I want to do it. And he's like, "Well, best part is that Ricky Lewis, his last name is spelled the same as mine." So he's like, "Well, the
I
best
gotta
part is,
change that banner.
yeah." He's like, "Now I don't gotta change the nameplate." And I was like, "Okay, well, he actually is like pursuing like me being in his race car." And I'm like, "Okay, this is cool. Like, I've never had this experience, and like it's always been a dream of mine to be in a sprint car,
Yeah,
like
dude, that's the top.
100%." And so then I go out for Ventura. He said he was watching. I don't. I'm gonna take his word that he was watching because he was also dealing with Ricky and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So I went. I ended up going quick time at Ventura. I took like third in my heat race, and I took third in the main. Um, thank you, Birdie Graham. He spun out running second with like 2 to go. So he got me my top 3, and then Jason gave me his number. He texted me, but like because they Ricky ended up winning that night, but it was a lot of controversy because of like how the race went down. And so then he said, "Hey, I'm just gonna text you my number, and then we're gonna talk later this week." And I'm like, "Okay." So I go back to my house because I live alone by myself now. So like I'm just me, myself, and I. So I'm waiting on a phone call,
You
and he's
yourself in the RC cars.
yeah, literally. Well, now they just sit in a corner, but
Oh yeah.
but yeah, he gave me the call, and he's like, "Well, like let's get you in the race car," you know what I mean? And I'm like, "Okay, so what does this like apply?" Because I've always had to bring money to the table, and Jason doesn't operate that way, which was very new to me, and which is like super super cool because he's giving people opportunities that like because he's very fortunate to have the equipment he does, and
No, yeah, he works hard, dude. He's the blue collar car owner, man. He's
yeah,
just a hard working like the May family, like he started with Winfield. They've been in this forever, you know, like
yeah,
they built badass shit. Like they have that's a awesome piece, dude. That's like that car. They don't do anything. Anything and everything they do is like
yeah.
top notch.
Like he built his own engines. Him and his dad built their
Yeah.
own engines, and so that was like a really cool thing. He's like, "Well, let's get you in the race car." And I'm like, "Okay, what does this imply?" Like, I'm like, "Do I need to bring money?" He's like, "No, no, like you're gonna run the car for free." And I'm like, "What?" Like that? Like I didn't never had somebody say that to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was like a really really cool experience because I've always had to bring sponsorship, money to the table, and whatever. And so like that was a really cool experience for me, and I like really like I don't know, it really made the rest this year. Like for somebody to like see talent in me that hasn't been said before. Like obviously Kiwi has said it to me before, but for me not to be in a race car for a year and a half, and then for somebody to be like, "Yeah, like you got the talent. Like I want to work with you," and that was like super super cool for me. And like for him to say that to me, like that was like awesome, right? And
And
so
he's had killers in that car. He's had
yeah,
Brody Roa. He's had Chase Johnson.
yeah,
He's had. I mean, he, you know,
literally
literally
stellar guys.
like the best guys on the West Coast that that don't have their own thing going. You know, not like Damien or not like you know, Danny Ferrier or but they're kind of out of it now. But he's had the killers
Yeah,
of today in his cars. So like it's not
yeah. So he was
it's
like,
awesome, dude.
yeah, it was really cool for him to say that to me, and then like it leads into something super funny. He goes, "All right, let's set you up to get in my like get you fitted, right?" I'm like, "Well, I don't have a seat. Like I don't have a seat anymore." You know what I mean? And then he's like, "What do you mean you don't have a seat anymore?" It was like I was like, "Well, I haven't raced in a year and a half, so why would I get a new seat?" Because I was in need of new seat, but I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I'm stopping. Like, why spend money to get a new
Yeah.
one? And then he's like, well, how are you gonna race my car if you don't have a seat? And I'm like, well, I guess I gotta find a seat now. You know what I mean? So I did a lot of digging. I found a really nice seat, and I ended up buying it. And then I like literally that next week, he's like, all right, let's get you in the car. We'll fit you. And the first race out was gonna be Kern, and with the USCS,
Yeah.
and kind of just did not feel real to me. Like leading up to that day, like I was just like, oh, like this is actually kind of like real or kind of like I don't know if I'm dreaming and like kind of like that
Yeah.
mentality, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like because anybody can sit in a race car. If you walk up to me and say, "Hey, can I sit in the race car?" Like obviously, like it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Anybody can sit in it, and anybody can get like put in the race car. But to actually go out and race it is a whole different like
Yeah,
feeling.
dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I first pushed out for engine heat, and I felt and I turned the fuel on, and then the motor fired up, and I'm like, okay, it's actually happening. You know what I mean? Like my dreams are actually coming true to run a sprint car.
Dude, so the first time you ever even fired a sprint car was your first race out?
Yeah, engine heat was my first time ever firing a sprint car.
That is so wild. That is so wild to me.
Yeah. And like previous to this, I had 2 midget races and 2 mod light races in Arizona. So I had a total of 4 races
In a year and a half.
in a year and a half, and I'm jumping in a sprint car for the first time. Like, and we're just gonna send it. You know what I mean? And yeah, engine heat was the first time, and then hot laps goes out, and Kern was blown off. Like it had no grip, no nothing. You know what I mean? So I don't really know what like power feels like yet because it's kind of like just wheel spinning. You know what I mean? And so like that was cool. It's like for hot laps, and I go out for qualifying. I qualified second in my group, and then heat race, I start fourth. I go up to second, fall back to third, and then the main event. This is where it gets super funny because Jason, like he gets me on this good setup, and like I really enjoyed the setup because we ended up running at Santa Maria,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like I really enjoy how this car feels. And but the beginning of the night, I had no idea what a real good setup felt like on the sprint car. So the main event leads up. And he's like, I'm gonna put this setup on here, and you just go out and run your laps, right? You know what I mean? Like we're not expecting you to win, but if you can, it'd be awesome. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like don't he's like, I don't want you to mess around. I want you to go.
Like yeah, but he
But
also said he's like, I want the car to roll into the trailer.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I fall back all the way to like 13th in like 10 laps. I fall back to 13th, and then I'm like, I said down the back straight, I was like, you're gonna get fired, and that's what I said to myself, and I started turning it up, and I started passing guys again, and then think I worked my way all the way up to like seventh, and like 2 guys flipped, and then I ended up running. And then I passed for fifth, so I was running fifth, and I passed for fourth, so I got into fourth, and then I got some guy biked up in front of me, dove underneath, and a guy slid me, and then I ended up running fifth for my first time in a sprint car. So that was like really really cool. And I did the one thing he asked, roll it back into the trailer, and it's exactly what I did.
And with your history, that's money.
Yeah.
That's money.
And hey, if anybody's listening, don't say like, "Oh, I just tear up a lot of equipment." Like you're learning, you know what I mean? Like,
No, exactly. It's I mean, it's growing pains. It's to be expected. Like when you jump into a midget, dude, I mean, like I said, those things are so erratic, so crazy, so
yeah,
gnarly. It's gonna happen. It happens to the best of the best. Larson flips them, Bell flips them.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if it happens to those guys and you're just starting out, it's
And
unavoidable.
like, if anybody thinks about it, like, yes, you tore up equipment, but the finishing the races ratio to wrecking the car is a lot higher than it is to wrecking the car. So don't credit me on I just destroy stuff. All right?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, so what was the confidence build for? I mean, first race out, just able to do it first off, and
Yeah,
then like top five, and so did you have good confidence boost like in yourself, self belief, like right off the bat?
yeah. Like that was like I obviously I knew I could do it. But it was like, okay, how does a sprint car drive? Like, how does it go into the corner? And then I started learning. I'm like, this is a big midget. Like, this is just a big midget.
Big lazy, heavy horsepower midget.
Yeah. Like, and then that's what kind of I learned in the main event. Like, send this thing off in the corner. If you're not driving the sprint car hard, you're gonna fall backwards. Like, that's just how it is. And I learned that really quickly in the beginning, like at the main event. And then I started figuring out, I'm like, okay, drive this thing as hard as I can into the corner, and it's not going to flip over because a midget just feels like it's going to flip over on you 24/7. Like that's just how the car feels.
It's
It's wants to flip over into the corner, and the sprint car is just like float into the corner, and it rolls over the bumps, and you're like, well, I feel that in a midget. I don't feel that in a sprint car,
mhm.
and it's a really weird experience, like to feel it now, and because I feel everything in the body, like when you're in the race car, you feel everything. You know what I mean? You feel every single bump. You feel everything. When you feel the shocks do this, you can kind of feel it in the car, and that's how you give your feedback to your crew chief. So like for me to feel everything in the race car, like that was a weird, like to actually not feel anything and kind of feel like a glass smooth track, like it was really weird to me.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, everything's your right rear's 4 times the size of a midget right rear tire.
yeah,
And like, it's just it's it's amazing to me how you made that transition so quick because just how you're explaining it, just go from feeling every nook and cranny, every freaking pebble out there to getting comfortable in a sprint car. So would you say sprint car, I don't want to say it's easier, but it's more manageable than the midget?
yeah, definitely. Like you have a lot more grace in a sprint car because it's such a bigger car and you can kind of run over the cushion a little bit more and you don't feel as on edge at all times. But
You gotta drive it hard.
yeah, you have to drive it hard. So like, and Brody Graham said this to me, and it well actually said it to a fan because they wanted like me to sign their shirt and like a picture, right? In a picture with them, and he said it to me, and they're like, "How does this thing drive?" And I'm like, I don't really know how to explain it to people. And Brody goes, "Well, have you ever ridden a jet ski?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah. So you know how a jet ski does not turn if it's not on power?" And they go, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's exactly how this thing drives." And I'm like, "How did I not think of that?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like that was like I was like, dude, this dude is like kind of like smart when it comes to words. And then I'm like asking him like, how'd you think of this? He goes, I don't know. I was like thinking about it in bed one night, like how to explain these things to people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like that's now I'm gonna keep using that term, like because a lot of people have ridden a jet ski, and
Yeah.
everybody knows if a jet ski is not on
You're
power,
doing this?
you're kind of doing this, and it just floats, right? You know what I mean? Goes that way, and that's exactly how a sprint car is. If as soon as you let off power and you kind of get straight, or you get off power and the car goes straight on you, it just goes straight, and it does not like want to turn at all. You cannot turn it like this. You have to be on power, and it's like Lightning McQueen. You turn right to go left,
Yeah.
and oh no, turn yeah
If you're
yeah
going left, you got to
yeah,
have the right
yeah,
input.
you have to
Yeah.
go. You have to turn right to go left. You know what I mean? Like you're literally like this to go left. You know what I mean? And that's how the sprint car drives. And the midget, you kind of steer it a little bit more than like a sprint car you would,
Okay.
because you're driving the sprint car off the rear tires compared to a midget where you're not wanting it to get up on the rear tires, but you're still wanting it up on the rear tires, but you're still trying to like drive into the corner. And the midget's just weird. It is a weird car to drive because it's
So that's probably why like Christopher Bell and Larson's been have so much success in everything outside of midget racing because they've been able to master midget racing, and that's got to be like one of the toughest freaking cars to drive.
and I mean I don't really know because I haven't really talked to those guys. I mean, obviously, I've talked to them because they ran for Keith when I was running for him, but I never actually asked them. But now that I kind of think about it, the midget, you kind of drive it sideways and you always have to have it like backed off in the corner. But when it gets starting to get around like right on the bottom and you're like, and like it's like getting like kind of like you're driving it into the corner like this and like I feel like now I kind of understand why these guys know how to drive these cars and then they go to the sprint car and they go to the NASCAR stuff. Like the midget drives like a NASCAR, like because you're kind of driving into the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're not backing it like sprint car, you're backing it off in the
You're
corner.
backing off in there. Like yes, there is times you will back a midget off into the corner because it's a tight bull ring, but you're majority of the time you're not
Yeah.
because it's such a short wheelbase. You,
Straight's fast.
you back it off into the corner, you're going upside down.
Yeah.
Like that is the truth. And so like straighter is faster in a midget, and anybody can tell you that. But I mean, there still is times like on the cushion or right on the bottom, and you're backed off in there because you need a better drive. Because if you can back it off in there and have the car straight on exit, like that's golden. But majority of the time, you're kind of just coasting out of the corner.
Yeah.
But like that was like the biggest transition for me of like relearning how to drive a open wheel car. And I guarantee you, it's gonna be the same this weekend. Like I'm gonna have to like relearn it. You know what I mean?
So you're doing so this weekend we got for you, you said Plaza Park.
Plaza Park and then Santa Maria Saturday.
Perfect. So I can see you 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
literally.
That's freaking awesome. Dude, I couldn't have been more happy when I was because it's so hard as an announcer. You're supposed to be unbiased. You're supposed to have all
Yeah,
that. It's so hard because it's like my boy Cade is out there. You know, my guy. No, you're freaking little,
literally little.
little, and then like you're out there and in my boys. car, like
Yeah.
Jason and Sherman. Those have been my boys for 15 plus years. Race RC cars with Sherman forever,
Yeah.
like since 2005. So like at 21 years I've known Sherman, and it was just the combo. Like so, when you were out there qualifying, I was like, I was probably giving a little extra juice and like making sure everything was trying to be like perfect and top notch, and just seeing you out there doing it, I was so happy. And I was like, dude, I get to talk to you down there. So cool, so cool.
Yeah, like I don't know, like that whole night was just different. And like leading up to this, like this is what's so funny. And like I keep telling everybody, like Jason texts me, I think it was like Thursday or something like that, right? No, no, it was like Tuesday or no. I keep getting this wrong. It was Sunday. He calls me. We go over to wash and he's like, "Hey, I'll let you know by Wednesday if we're going to race." And I didn't get a text from him Wednesday. And I'm like, "Oh man, we're not racing Saturday." Like I was kind of bummed, right? So
Uh,
then I text him Thursday. I'm like, "Hey, are we racing?" Like I still don't know. And he's like, "Um, I don't know yet." And then he texts me a little bit later. And he goes, "At this point, we can plan on racing Saturday. I'll have a definite yes by noon Friday." And I'm like, "Okay, like please say we're gonna go racing." You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
like he gave me like everybody gave me the itch again to go racing again. So now it's like, oh, I want to race. I want to race. Like before, it was like, well, like
yeah.
you're kind of getting out of it, and then you're like, now it's like, I want to race. So, yeah, I didn't hear from him at 12, so I'm like, oh man, like, we're not racing, and and then so then I text him at like 4:30 Friday because I went over to my buddy's house for his graduation party, and then his parents were like, text him, like, what are you doing? Like, you figure out if you're racing or not. So I'm like, I'm just gonna listen to him. So I texted him right, and he goes, no, we're not gonna race. I'm like, gosh darn it, dude, like,
Uh,
dang it. And then he texts me like 25 minutes later, hey, give me 2 hours and I'll respond. Like, I'll have an answer. And I'm like, okay, like, and then and we're like kind of texting back and forth about like his job and like because he was working on the rig. And then I'm like, so I text him, like, I'm confused. Like, so you want to race, but you don't have an answer because you don't know if you're gonna get the car ready in time. And he goes, yes. And I'm like, okay. So I just gave him 2 hours, and he texts me. He goes, screw it, let's go racing. So right, I'm like, let's go, right, and I'm all pumped up for the night. And then I get my buddy, and I get my other two buddies. So it was like four of us driving up to Santa Maria Saturday, and it's the same route that he drives to Santa Maria that I drive. Everybody drives the same route, that one lane road through the mountains. And I pass him, and you know how that road goes. You lose
oh yeah.
reception, right? So as soon as I get reception, it's like 20 minutes from the track. He texts me and he goes, we broke down. I'm like, gosh darn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you're
Oh
like, dang it,
no.
dude. And then I call him. I'm like, is there anything we can do? Like, like you need me to help? And he goes, I don't know. I think we're just gonna cancel the night. Like, we're just not gonna go racing. And I'm
Oh
like,
my god.
dude, I'm 20 minutes from the track. Like, what do you expect me to do? Like,
Let me. How do I help?
yeah,
How
like
do I get this
how do
car
I
in?
help, right? But then like this was like it just worked out in our favor. So Sherman, I didn't know this, but Sherman usually rides with Jason to the track in the toter. But this race he didn't, and he was in his own truck. But and he was like, he was behind Jason, and so when Jason broke down, Sherman had to turn back around and go get because it was the AC compressor or whatever it was to cool down the engine, so they were overheating.
Ah,
So it went out. But luckily, Jason works on big rigs at his house and stuff like that, and he had a brand new AC compressor for the engine so it could cool it down. And he's like, I think I have one. So he sent Sherman to go get it. Sherman brings it back, and then he calls me. He goes, you better go to the track. You better get your transponder pill draw because we're gonna be showing up right at race time." And I'm like, okay, like, well, okay,
here
I
we go.
guess. Here we go, right? So he rolls in at 4 o'clock, right on the dot. Engine heats at 4:30. They're rushing to get the car ready. Jason sets the shocks inside the race trailer, he said. Because he already blocked at the house and stuff like that. So he set the shocks in the race in the hauler on the side of the road. And then we get to the track and they're like, and then they push engine heat back to 5.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, that was like a rush for nothing. And then yeah, then qualifying obviously, and I was like decent in hot laps. I think I was like 5th overall in hot
Yeah.
laps, and then like, but we were running a 360 the
Oh, so you
entire
guys were running the 360?
yeah, the entire night. Because we ran a 360 at Kern. We had the restrictors in it, and then so he took the restrictors out without telling me. I go into 1 and 2. I said, "Holy crap!" Like I'm like, this thing needs to stop. Like I literally said into the corner, I was like, "Crap, stop!" Like trying to slow the car down, and because it had so much power that I wasn't used to, because the restrictors kill a lot of power.
Uh-huh.
And
So you put the restrictors in for
for you
Kern
um because he was just trying to, because we were
knock
trying
the
to
power
kill
out of it.
power out
Yeah,
of
knock
it,
the
because
power.
especially it was a really slick track
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it like helped out.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to have me have full power yet. But then the US, like with the USAC stuff, like we're running against 410, so we need all the power we can get. And he didn't tell me that he took the restrictors out, because he probably just blanked on it, and like he's like, oh, he'll figure it out. You know what I mean? I sure figured it out first corner, and that definitely scared the crap out of me. And but then yeah, like I was like 5th overall in hot laps, and then qualifying. I don't even think I was on the board on my first lap in qualifying. It
It
was like a
was
14.4,
yeah.
and then I go out to my second lap, and I go 14.0 on like a 4.4, something like that. Like I don't know, it was like 2 thousandths faster
Yeah.
than Ryan Timmons, but I kill the wall
On
twice.
I was I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to like throw it out there. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I thought you killed the car twice. I literally
yeah,
thought. I think coming to the line, I was like 14. Oh, I was like, oh shit.
yeah. Like I almost killed the car twice, and but and then I come back and I look at the board. I'm like, holy crap, I'm quick time. Like I thought that was super cool. And then Jason's like, "Oh, did you knock the Jacob's ladder out of the car?" And I'm like, I didn't even check. So I run back over there, check the car. It still wiggles, and I'm like, it's good. And then he's like, okay, well now we have to check if the torque ball got twisted and if it's all binded up now, because like that's a bad deal if it get all twisted up. And so we go back into the pits. We get the quick time. I do my little interview, and he comes back, and we have the car jacked up because we're changing stagger, right? And he goes, "Well, hey, somebody check the torque ball and see if it's binded up in case we have to like replace something real quick." But we weren't thinking. The car's jacked up. It's under load. The torque ball was loaded up because it was jacked up, right? And it couldn't free spin. And he's like, "Oh crap! Put the tires on, roll it backwards. Like we need to check if it free spins." And then it free spins once we put the tires back on. So we're like, "Ah, we're in the clear again." And then the heat race didn't do anything. I think I only went like 6 to 6 in that. And then the main, I don't even know what happened. Like I just something clicked. You know what I mean? Like I just started running the top hard, and then
It was, dude. It was so good because it honestly looked. You looked veteran. You looked veteran in the main. It was so wild. Like getting in there, still getting tight, but still not afraid to get back in it and like just drive it off after it got tight. It was so crazy to watch.
yeah, 3 and 4, like I said in the interview, 3 and 4 killed my momentum every single lap.
Yeah.
But like 1 and 2, I was so much faster than Caleb. Like once I got into second, I was like, dude, I could have a chance of winning this thing. And then I send it off into 1 and 2, and I throw the front wheels in the air, and I'm like, ooh, that might have been a little too fast. You know what I mean? Because like I was pushing so hard, and
Yeah.
then we had a restart, and I started in second, and then I send it off in there in 1 and 2, and I get a great run on him. I think you saw this. Obviously, I think so.
Yeah.
Get a great run on him going in 3 and 4, and I just jump the cushion and get tied, and
Yeah.
then that was it. And then I did it again, and then Timmons got around me, and then. But yeah, like it was cool. Second time in a sprint car, getting second and quick time, or getting third,
Third and quick time. Yeah,
third
that's
and quick time. Like
yeah.
that was so cool and such a confidence booster. Like I wish I would have said in the interview too. Like I don't even want to sound cocky, but like I still got it. You know what I mean? Like I
Still,
still
yeah.
can hang with all these guys, even though I haven't been in a race car. And like I want to just really say, like, what if I just continued to race, like a midget or what, a sprint car or whatever, for that entire year I wasn't racing, and like what could I have done? Like now, like right now, what could I be doing? And
Yeah.
like how fast could I be?
I think I mean Monday morning quarterback it all you want. Just sit back and be like, what if? But you have it now. Like you have an
Yeah,
opportunity now. It, what if that's what you needed for a reset to
yeah, like
get your mind right? I'm not have well when you're not having fun racing anymore, especially like if it's not a job, if it's if
Yeah.
it's if it's if it's a passion hobby or if it's just a hobby or just something that you like to do, when it's not fun anymore, then it's not even worth doing. It's just you're spending a ton of money, time, effort. You're still young. You don't have family, wife, kids, and all that kind of stuff. But you know, once you start getting into all that, the stuff you got really have a reality check with yourself.
Yeah, like I don't I think my 2024 season started getting like really high pressure for me, like because I was running for points and I wanted a championship, and I was like starting to get to the point where like now I have to perform. Like I have to go out there and try to win every single night. Like obviously you want to, but like even if you weren't in a position, like if let's say it's a local show and you're not in the position to win, you're kind of like you step back a little bit. You're like, okay, I'm a third place car tonight. That's it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? But like when you're running for points and you're like, I need every spot I can get, you're pushing the car to a point where it's not happy. And like that's what I was starting to feel in 2024, like starting to get the last like few races and I'm pushing the car. If I'm a third place car, I'm pushing it to second. Like I'm
yeah,
trying to get that extra spot cuz I need it, and it's to the point where the car was not happy with me. And you know what I mean? Like and you start getting super tight and you started getting bad results like with 2 races left in the season. Like this is how tight it got for me. With 2 races left in the season, or I think it was the last race in the season, I go out there, quick time, win my heat race. I'm about to like I start sixth in the main and I finish sixth because I was in a third place spot. I pushed so hard to get into the spot I was at. I wasn't a third place car. I wasn't even in that spot, but I fall all the way back to sixth. And you're pushing to a car where it's not happy and it's not to the point where it wants to be. And then next thing you know, we go into the championship night, and me and Drake Edwards are separated by like 6 points because he ended up like taking
yeah,
second and I took sixth, and like that's to the point where I'm saying like I was pushing the car to a point where it wasn't happy and I was driving over my head because I wanted the results, and it just bit me every single time I started driving over, and now I'm doing it. It's fun again.
yeah,
And like I haven't told my parents that, but like I'm actually enjoying racing where it's no ties. I can race whatever I want and I can do whenever I want, and it's fun again. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
And you're with the most salt of the earth, solid guys you could be racing for.
Yeah.
I mean, Sherman and Jason. I mean, they're special people, man. Those guys are, and like I said, they build some of the best stuff. They do not that the attention to detail
Yeah.
that they have on everything they have. You're in the best stuff you can be in.
Yeah, like I said it after like quick time. I was like I'm still super blessed to be in the cars that I am in, and especially at the caliber they're at. Like I wouldn't expect to be in a sprint car. Like maybe I was in a sprint car and it wasn't as nice of equipment
Yeah,
if like previous to Jason stuff, and I never did or anything like that, but to be in such a winning race car like right off the bat was super humbling, you know what I mean? Like it like brought me down of like I've always been in nice equipment and I've always had the best equipment. And then to be in Jason's stuff and it's the best equipment in a sprint car, like at all times.
and the class, like the top tier class that you wanted to be in,
Yeah, like
always.
everything was like top tier, you know what I mean? Like top series and like obviously not top series, but CRA, but like that's a really high class. And
I mean, that's the best. That's the highest you can get in California.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then to be in his equipment, like it was such a humbling experience to be in such nice equipment for my first ever time in a sprint car, and it was super super awesome and like super blessed for that opportunity. And I think we're still gonna hit a few more shows this year, hopefully. If the dates work out with him and the dates work out with me. Um, but yeah, like even with Kiwi, I've always been in really great equipment with him. And then when I was running for Keith, like that is the best equipment, you know what I mean? And then when I get in Kiwi stuff and he's got Keith Kun's equipment and you're like, holy crap, like this is
yeah.
legit. So like I've always been super blessed to be in really great cars and had great opportunities to do cool things.
But I mean, I think you're just proving yourself as a driver too. Just able to just perform. It's being able to perform a year out of not touching it. Is
Yeah.
so I gotta ask. So, do you think the RC stuff helps?
I think it helps with reaction time, but I don't think it helps with anything like race car related. I definitely think it might help with like the oval stuff because
Mhm.
you kind of like it's oval racing kind of like can kind of like put things that you know of the stuff that would work on like the big cars to the small cars. But I always stuck to off road because I felt like that was way cooler to me.
Yeah,
Um,
but the hand eye keeps the hand eye sharp, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely keeps your eyesight good too. Because if you don't got good eyesight in RC car stuff, you're kind of a lost cause. Like it's the truth, and you know what I mean. Especially as soon as I started getting to 8 scale stuff, and like the tracks are like literally on an acre lot, and you're like kind of squinting to see the track, and you're like, holy crap! Like I can't see my car anymore, and then
Yeah,
you're painting in colors that like you normally wouldn't run just to stand out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, it definitely helped my hand-eye coordination and like my reaction time because the reaction time in RC stuff is like nanoseconds, I would say.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's wild because I mean people, I mean we get crap for it all the time. Us, I say us as RC racers and in the RC industry, but like it's dude, it is real. RC racing is a real thing. It's tough. Like we talk about the shakes, getting in the like getting the shakes, getting the
Oh,
pump, getting
dude,
dude.
I get all that still. Like,
It's wild.
but that's like why I started racing RC cars again. Like after I stopped racing big cars because it wasn't the adrenaline rush you would seek in a race car of like this is like my crack. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's how I explain it to people. Like that adrenaline rush in a race car is you cannot beat that. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And then but what I would get in the RC stuff and I would get like somewhat of it and I would get that like that adrenaline and you're like, okay, kind of getting it, but it's not to the point where I want it. Cause like I'm an adrenaline junkie. Like now that I can say that like of being in really fast race cars and you're an adrenaline junkie. You want that adrenaline rushing through your body at all times. And then when you can't find something to like meet that point, you kind of start getting really bored of it really fast.
yeah.
So then as soon as like the race car stuff started picking back up, I'm like, I have to jump all over it because like that adrenaline rush that I was looking for, like is finally back. I don't know. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's kind of like doing dope. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, no, I mean it is.
you're
It's
looking for that high 24/7. You know what I mean? And when that adrenaline rush in racing is like, it fuels your body like even coming back from a race night, that adrenaline's still in your body. Like I can't go to bed till 3 a.m. after a race night. You know what I mean? Because that adrenaline's still going through your body, and that's like that was my fix.
yeah.
And then especially get it back to back nights, like how I've been doing it. It's like oh, it's awesome. It's awesome.
That's so wild. That's so cool. Like my wife, like she harps on me all the time because now we're driving to Santa Maria, getting home at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still there. I'm looking at you know looking at views and this and that and this and that. How'd this do? How'd this look? How'd it sound? Just critiquing my own stuff. She's like, "Dude, go to sleep, homie." She's like, but I'm like, I was just juiced,
You can't.
and I can't imagine just like being in the cars, doing the thing, feeling the speed, doing all that. Because I did some racing, but not to that scale. Not to like what you guys are doing. Dude, I'd be zooming all Sunday.
Yeah, like even my dad will say, he's like, "Why can't you go to bed?" Like even he's done it because after baseball games, he's
Yeah,
like, "I can't go to bed." But like my mom's like, "Why can't you go to bed?" Like my dad will even say now because he doesn't have that adrenaline anymore, and he's like, "You just dude, you need to go to bed." You'll put your phone down and you'll put it down. You're like, you're just laying there wide eyed, and you're like, "Yep, this ain't happening." You know what I mean? Like no matter what you do to try to like help you fall asleep, you're not falling asleep.
yeah.
And it could even be 5 hours after the race, and you're just not gonna fall asleep. It is just impossible.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy,
Like
man.
it is the fix that you look for every single time. And it's
Yeah,
awesome. It's an awesome feeling.
yeah, man. Well, I'm super excited for you, man. It's like you're on this crazy path that's unreal. Like it's cool to hear your racing history, where you kind of started, where you came from, you know, what it took to get you to this point. But just it's so crazy just how the moons align sometimes. That you just
Yeah.
get the right call from the right guy. I truly hope this pans out to something like
Yeah,
like long term that might turn into something else.
yeah,
But
I hope it turns into something else. Like
yeah,
that's the goal.
yeah, this is so cool, man. I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much for coming on here and doing this. We've been trying to do this for a little bit,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
in the beginning it was just like, oh, dude, he's RC racing, and like I was like, cool, yeah, I gotta have you on. You're my boy. I've
Yeah.
known you forever, and you're RC racing. I didn't really know because I wanted to talk a lot about that, and then you get the sprint car right. So I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I was like, we've got to figure out how to get you on here. So,
Yeah.
but dude, I appreciate you coming on here. We've been freaking rolling on this thing for hour and 45 minutes, bro.
No way.
Yeah,
Dude, we've been rapping.
dude, it's so easy, right? We're just sitting here. I mean,
Yeah.
like I always tell people, and we just come here, we talk, and it just next thing you know, like, oh shoot,
It flows, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
it's so cool. But we'll have you on more. We got to get
I
we
mean,
got to get Jason and Sherman.
you know the dates now, so it's like it's easy to hit me up. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I know. So you come home every weekend.
every weekend.
So yeah, we'll definitely have to do like if something crazy happens, wild happens, we'll do a little Sunday wrap up or something and
Yeah,
get you back on, dude. But dude, I'm so proud of you. You're freaking you're doing it, bro. You're doing
appreciate
it.
it. I appreciate it.
So you got to thank Sherman and Kiwi. Who else you got to thank? You got to thank anybody else before we get off of this deal?
Definitely gotta thank my mom and my dad, cause if it wasn't for them, like none of this would be possible. And like obviously they did everything. You know what I mean? They helped fund the racing, and they did everything. And but yeah, I gotta thank Keith and them for 2 awesome years, and then Kiwi for 2 awesome years and continuing years. And then yeah, Jason for that the badass opportunity to go race for him and like that. Yeah, it's just super blessed for everybody in my life to help me out in this journey, because it definitely looked like the journey stopped, and then
Yeah,
now it's picking back up. But you know, everybody, it like God has a plan for everybody, and it's definitely he's definitely tested me for a year.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Now like I asked and I asked for this opportunity, and now it's like presented in front of me. So I'm just super blessed to have this, and just have to thank everybody along the way. Because if it wasn't for them, none of this would be possible. And then especially Kiwi, like he pushed and pushed for me to be in Jason's car,
Mhm.
and he even pushed for me to be in his car in 2024. But Jason has a rule: can't you have to be 18 to be in his race car,
Yeah.
because you know, liability reasons. So I didn't get the opportunity to be in his race car earlier on, and I don't know how that would have looked out, but like now it looks great.
Yeah, it's a plan, like you said. I mean, there's a reason. Things happen for a reason.
Yeah, things happen for a reason, for definitely.
So, yeah, man, you're in the right spot now. You're in great hands. Your career is gonna be taken off. I'm
I hope so.
happy and proud, and I can't wait to see it, dude. And we'll be hopefully we have a conversation this weekend on Saturday.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Victory Lane.
I definitely want to be in Victory Lane this weekend.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So this is your boy John Candy, Cade Lewis. See you, brother. John Candy Live episode number 24 is in the books, just like that.
Yes, sir.